Liposuction. Hope you guys are ready. Got some questions in play here. I'm gonna talk some motivation, some inspiration, get people off the seats here. Got to make a change in your life. So we've had some a good day starting out this week, sucking fat out of some people. What's up, Michelle? What's up, Nicole? Welcome, Rosa, Gigi. So good time this week. Everybody has different pathways to get to the end, whatever that means, right? We're all on this different path. We're all doing something a little bit different. We all believe that our body is different than the other people and that we're doing, we need to do things different. So with that said, when you come into a place like this, you have to realize that there's been thousands of other individuals who have walked the same path that you are considering at this point. Thousands. In fact, there's been over, not just with our practice, but there's been millions of people that have gone through and had the liposuction procedure, BBL. These are things that are done commonly. In fact, in the United States, liposuction is by far the most popular cosmetic procedure, with over 500,000 procedures being done per year. So it's a very safe procedure, and nowadays the way that we do these procedures, it's minimally invasive, meaning that it's less traumatic to your body. We do this by doing this under local anesthesia, which means that you're awake throughout the procedure. We use tiny little instruments which break up the fat. Now it's still traumatic. We're still breaking up fat out of the body. We're still removing it out, but it's less than it was previously. And our patients do quite well. They're able to get up and walk right after the procedures. They're able to, get themselves into cars, drive home. Some people drive themselves home. I don't recommend that, but it is possible. So everybody's path is a little bit different to get here. But I have seen there's many similarities in how people get here. And there's many similarities in their thought process and their life. They tend to have the same problems, which, although we're all different, we have similar problems. There's only so many problems we can have in this world, right? Okay, let's see. Chalea says, can you get a BBL and a fat transfer to the breast in the same procedure, or do you have to wait? So that's an interesting question. I'm not a person to stick by hard and fast rules, and if we can make things happen, I'll make magic happen. However, this is a conundrum. This is a difficult situation because the recommendations after fat transfer are to put limited or no pressure on the area, which means on the butt, you're not sitting or sleeping on the back side. And for the breasts, you're not lying and sleeping on the front side. So sleeping becomes a challenge if you get both of them treated, if you get fat transfer to both. Now, I've had a few people that claim that they want to give it a shot and try. And I believe it to be possible. I think it is possible. However, I don't know anybody that's done it. I don't know any patients that have had that done, and I haven't done it to any of my patients just because of the challenges. Now, I've thought of ways that theoretically it could be done possible, and you can utilize pillows for sleeping purposes. But it's a challenge. You just have to realize if you want to get into something like this and go forward with something that other people don't do, it's possible. But you have to be willing to do things that other people are not willing to do, and that's really the key when you're stepping into anything in life. But this in particular, if you want to do things that other people don't do, it is possible to blaze trails. But at the same time, you got to realize that there's reasons why people don't do the things that that they haven't done. So if you're the type of person that likes to set new standards, then cool. I'm the same type of person. I'd be happy to help you, but I'd venture to warn you. Big warning before coming into something like that. All right, what's up, Audra? Stacy, welcome. Marcella, Leslie. All right. See if you guys got any questions on Instagram. Okay, what's up, Latasha, Toya, Rosa? Rosa says, how much is a 360 lipo? So Rosa, and anyone else that you may have some pricing questions, we have standardized pricing. It's per area, but it's not as standardized because the truth is nobody's body is the same, so the areas aren't exactly the same on each individual. So in order to get a definitive quote, we do require a consultation, in which case you have to send us pictures. And so on Instagram, I pinned a comment here from Granville that you need to schedule your consultation. You can, on Instagram, you can't click on the link, so you got to copy and paste. There's two options here. We have a paid consultation or an expedited consultation, which you can get it done within the next week. And we have the free consultation, which those are booked out for a few months, and my understanding is in late January, early February. So the paid consultation is $100, but you'll get your consultation in next week, and it'll be with myself or Kale. And you can schedule your procedure quickly. We're scheduling procedures in December, so you can get that done fairly quickly, but you just got to get the consultation done first. Brittany Knowles. She says, I was like so many before the surgery, what ifs and whys, so on. But now that I have had it, you guys just freaking do it. Well, I'm sorry. It was hard for me to read through. There's some grammatical errors, but so basically, she's saying that beforehand she was like, she didn't know what to do and asking all these questions and ifs and whys and thens and all these issues. But then when she finally got her procedure and looking back, she was, she should have just done it and stopped thinking so much. A lot of times in life, I know this, that when you start thinking, when you overanalyze things, you start to see problems. And sometimes, and many of us, we like to focus on the problems, and we like to find every single little potential problem that could ever imagine. And we focus on those things. And when you focus on those things, that seems to be all you can see in many cases. And when that happens, it can scare you. And when it scares you, you tend to stop, like deer in the headlights. So if you're tired of just saying no to everything, because I know that, like myself, other people are the same, and that, it's so often we just, as a knee-jerk reaction, just say no to things that present themselves in our lives. We just say, no, I can't do that, and then we make excuses. What I'm suggesting is say yes to living your best life. When you want to do things, say yes. Even though you don't know how you're going to be able to do them, how you're going to be able to afford them, how, when you're going to be able to do them, the timing, even though you just say yes and then figure it out. In that way, you will be more likely to take advantage of opportunities in your life. And when I say opportunities, it may be an investing opportunity. It might be an opportunity to spend time with a friend or a family member. It might be an opportunity to get a procedure like this, but it's an opportunity for you to get the things that you want in your life. And when you keep saying no to everything, you get nothing. But your life's easy. You don't have to make decisions. It's so easy to say no and not have to make a decision, not have to figure it out, not have to think. So, and I'm suggesting here that actually start thinking. Say yes first. Before you even think about it, don't even think about it. Just say yes, I want to do it. Hey, you want to go to the beach? Yes. Well, how am I going to get there? I don't know. But we'll figure it out, right? When are we going to go? I don't know, but I want to go. So when people ask you the questions, do you want to do this? When you want to do it, just say yes. They're not asking you, how am I going to do it? They're asking you, do you want to? And so if the answer is yes, you want to do it, then say yes. And then work to figure things out. How are you going to solve that problem? How are you going to solve that issue? How are you going to make shit happen in your life? How are you going to manifest the ideas that you had in your mind? Some of you have been thinking about losing weight for a long time. You've been thinking about getting these bodies. You see these pictures up here and you start dreaming, maybe that could be me one of these days. Well, you get visions in your mind. You get ideas of what's possible for you. You see pictures like this of, ideas and hey, maybe you look like this. Maybe you can get the same results that that individual got. And when you start thinking that way, it puts you in a different state of mind, a different place, where you're able to make decisions from a position of endless possibilities as opposed to a position of no. Okay, when you say no to yourself, it shuts down the endless possibilities. It shuts down the ideas. It shuts down all of your imagination that you could think of reasons and why and abilities of how to do these things. But when you say no, it shuts it down. And many people do the same thing where they start seeing, um, roadblocks, we'll call them, things that may stop them or may slow them down from accomplishing what they're looking to accomplish. And when they see that roadblock, they immediately stop and they're like, oh, I don't know if I can do that. Okay. And when you say, I don't know if I can do that, it starts shutting your brain down. Stop thinking. So it's easy to say no. It's easy to not make decisions. It's easy to not do the work that's necessary to get what you want. It's easy to do those things. But you spend your whole life getting nothing that you want, nothing that you want to do. You don't get any of the things, you don't get any of the places that you want to go, you don't get anything. And if you're the type of person that's been passing up life for a long time, for decades, then maybe you're ready. Maybe you're sick and tired of the bullshit of you not doing anything with your life. You feel like you're wasting it. Maybe you're getting old enough to the point where you have regrets and wish you would have done things, wish you would have taken advantage of opportunities in your life. So real quick, if you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that share button for me, please. Hit that share button and let's share this information with as many people as possible. And if you know any people, any of you on Instagram that, friends or family that might want to get rid of that big belly or those thick thighs or that double chin or the big hanging arms, if you know any people like that, tag them, let them know. This is information that people don't really know about because it's not common knowledge. It's not common information, and it's certainly not every clinic that they're getting these type of results. So I'm here live. I don't see any of the doctors going live talking about their procedures, talking about what they're doing, showing their results, and allowing you to communicate with their actual patients. See, at My Shape Lipo, we created this private Facebook group where you're able to connect directly with the actual patients. So these individuals, these pictures you're seeing behind you are not our pictures, they're their pictures. They took them. They posted them publicly. This is not some, made up testimonials or Photoshop pictures. It's not like that at all. This is real people that you can connect with. So if you're searching, you're looking for, some place to get these type of procedures done, and you're unsure, and you don't have anybody, you don't know any friends that have had the procedure, you don't have any family members that have had the procedure, you can step into this group and literally connect with hundreds of women that have had the same type of procedure that you're interested in having. And a lot of them will look just like you. And so you can find individuals that look just like you, same weight, same skin elasticity. There's so many women. So you'll find somebody that's similar to you. And when you find that person that's similar to you, you can actually connect with them and talk to them. Hey, what were your issues? What kind of things did you have done? What can I expect? Should I do this? Is it realistic to think these kind of results that I'm thinking? These are the things that you can talk to actual individuals. You call our office, clearly, you're going to call us and we sell this. We do liposuction for a living. We're going to try and, talk you in and figure out what's best for you. But this is what we do. So I can understand when an individual might come in and be skeptical of our recommendations, right? We're selling. It's a sales position. However, these other individuals who have had the procedure done, they are not salespeople. They are not employees. They are actual patients of our office, and you can communicate with them, and they'll give you real answers. Okay. What's up, Ella? Annalisa. Tricky Mickey. Tricky Mickey says, hey y'all, get your damn life, ladies. Trevor and Kale is the shit, I promise. Go check out the website. All right. Audra says, I'm almost 2 years post-op, and let me tell you, if I'm living a better life, I'm so grateful. I said yes, I figured it out. All right. See, Audra was one of those people that followed me for a long time, and she, for a while I was actually touring the country doing motivational speaking type stuff, and Audra followed me with all that stuff and the business talk that I was doing, and she helped advance herself mentally before we crossed paths with the liposuction part. So she understands a lot of this stuff that I talk about as far as the law of attraction, and, the energy that you put out into the world is going to come back to you, and it starts with you, and ultimately it ends with you. It's all you, and your world exists only within you. So it's how you look at yourself, how you see yourself. You're going to become whatever you believe. So if you believe yourself to be fat, out of shape, not a good talker, or not a good friend, or not a good mom, or not a good worker, or not a good whatever, if you believe that bullshit, your subconscious will actually start to believe it, and you will start to act as if that is the truth. However, you can change the way that you think. It's like people say, well, that's lying. But so what? What's really real? What's true? The only truth is what you actually believe to be real. And if you believe that you're a good person, it doesn't matter if you've done bad stuff in the past. No, I've done bad stuff. We've all done bad stuff. Things that we regret, things that we wish we wouldn't have done. But it doesn't make us overall a bad person. I have good intentions. I'm a good person. I've done a lot of good things in the world. I've done some bad things too. I've hurt some people. I've made some lies. Whatever I've done bad. I've done that stuff, but it doesn't make me a bad person. I've done bad stuff. Okay? I am a good person. I believe that I am a good person. And if you don't believe that you're a good person, you don't believe that you're intelligent, you don't believe that you have the potential to do anything that you want, if you don't believe these things, they're not true to you. You see how that works? If you don't believe it, then it's not true for you. It's true for me that I have confidence. I know I'm a badass. I know I'm good at what I do. I know I'm capable of doing anything. I know these things. I know this is my truth. My truth. I believe it. It's true for me. And it may not be true for you, but you have to create your own truth. And the way that you think, and this is the law of positivity, law of attraction, where you attract whatever you put out in the world. So if you're always thinking negative stuff, you're always focused on negativity in your world, then that's what you're going to see, that's what you're going to believe, and that is what is going to be your truth. The negativity will be your truth, and you will believe that the world is negative. You will believe that the world is coming down on you. And if you believe those things, then it is what it is. It is your truth, and it is real to you. But it's not to me. And same thing with other people around you. Your truth is not the same truth as their truth. So once you start to realize this, once you start to understand the words that I'm saying here, because I know that these concepts, these ideas might be a little bit far-fetched for you, and if you've only heard them once or twice before, you're like, okay, it makes sense, but okay, and then you go back to your normal life. But eventually, I'm doing repetition here. There's repetition. As you follow me long enough, you'll hear this stuff over and over and over, and eventually, it'll click. Some words that I say will actually slide in and make sense to you. And if it makes sense to you, then you have to start changing the way that you think. Now, that may not be as easy as just, oh, I should be positive, so therefore I'm positive. No, it's not that easy. It's a habit. It's something that you have to start integrating into your life. And it's practice. So I can tell you there's sometimes when I get triggered, right? I come home, my kids are doing something, saying something, I'm just like, bam, I snap, and I'm into that mean parenting disciplinary. And I don't like that, right? The kids don't like that. Nobody likes that. But it's a habit that I've gotten into over the years. So I work at it, and I become conscious. When I get those triggers that trigger me into negativity, I try to consciously recognize that I was triggered. I try to consciously realize that I'm in a bad mood and I'm thinking negative, and I need to consciously flip the thoughts. I need to consciously use words that are more positive, because if I start to use words and I talk to myself and I talk to others around me within a negative profile, then that negative profile, that negative thought will become real, both to me and to them. So see how the words that we start to use, they affect those around us. It's almost like an energy field. The words come out of our life, out of my mouth, and it affects those around me. In fact, the words are affecting you almost like it's energy. It'll affect you in either a positive or a negative way. Maybe you like it, maybe you won't like it. This is Audra behind me here. She's amazing. Her results were phenomenal. Okay. Okay, Monica says, if I already have my consult and I want to add a BBL, do I need to set up another consultation to see if you can do the lipo and BBL on the same day? Monica, that's not necessary. Just when you call our office, just let them know that you wanted to add it on, and if we have some basic rules that we follow, so the girls can make decisions and a unilateral decision, so they don't have to necessarily ask. However, if they're concerned or they're not sure what to say, then they just come ask. So it's quick, it's easy, it's not that big of a deal. And we have people that they add stuff on at the last minute. So the day of the procedure, you can add it on. And look, we've done thousands of these procedures, and it's not like anything that we're doing you bring to us is going to be any different than anything that we've done in the past. We've done it all. So changing, doing things at the last minute is not that big of a deal for us. What's up, Kale?
Yo.
Kale's in the house. Okay, Kimberly says, I'm getting married in May. How long does it take to recover after lipo on a stomach? And I want it done before, but have heard that swelling and such can last months and months out. So she's having it in May of next year.
So let's get it done in December.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
That's quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
The swelling, you may have some swelling present at that time, but you're going to be significantly smaller right away, and then you'll be swollen, and the swelling lasts, but it's not, you'll see good results after, a month, 2 months, I think would be fairly reasonable, would you say?
Yeah, like 2-3 months, you're definitely going to be able to fit in your dress. It's going to look a lot better on you. As far as like really seeing what you want to see, 3 months to 6 months. In fact, there's 2 people that I'm doing next month. My own private clients that are, the same thing. They're getting married in the springtime, and they're trying to get it in ample time so that they can look good for their wedding. So, yeah, I think it's perfect. Come on out.
Yeah, I think, you may have some residual swelling at that point, but it would be inconsequential and certainly nothing to stop you from getting married, or it's certainly not going to slow you down. Michelle says that she's been taking lots of pictures of her legs and chin. Can't wait to show. It's so amazing. So Michelle just recently got her legs done as well as her chin.
Oh, look, my wife is connected.
Oh, how cute.
That's so nice.
Monica says, I passed this up for 2 years. I'm done scheduling tomorrow. All right. It's funny because it's like at some point you're like, enough is enough. And there's no reason to wait. And whatever it is that you've been waiting for, you're gonna kick yourself later, because you're gonna love the results. And the sooner you get the results, the sooner you can start living the rest of your life.
Absolutely. I worked on my wife. Kind of just sprung it on her. I said, "Hey, come on, got a new machine. Let's go do this." And she said, "We didn't talk about this." She was in some discomfort, and she, for a couple of days after the procedure, she looked at me and she said, "What did we do? Why did you talk me into this?" And now when she talks about it, she's like, "Man, why didn't we do this sooner?"
Right.
It's such an amazing thing to do. Do we have payment plans? Yeah, we do.
So the payment plans, there's a couple options. We have a layaway type plan where you can make payments on a monthly basis, and when you're paid in full, we can go ahead and move forward. And then we have finance options. There's a finance company that you can get a loan from.
So Latasha says, in Florida, they have a standard BBL that required machine that cut off when you go too deep. Do you have these kind of machines in Nevada? No. So listen, Latasha, I think what you're referring to is this big scare about, oh, by the way, this is my wife. This big scare about these problems that people are having, these pulmonary emboli these clots that people are developing because the fat is injected into the musculature. It's called the deep muscle injection, and we don't do that. We stay outside of the muscle because it's safer. I mean, it does you no good to have a BBL and wake up the next day and have to go to the hospital and develop a clot and potentially die. So we do our procedures the safest way that we can, and we make sure that we screen you appropriately, and we make sure that we take care of you. So yeah, So no, the clinician, both Trevor and I, when we go in and do these fat transfers, we stay out of the muscle.
Is she's saying there's actually a machine that stops you from when you go too deep?
I've never heard of that machine, but
I've never heard of that either. You know, a lot of that's just technique, and you got to realize that we're working in different layers. So the fat layer, it's a pocket of fat, and it's encapsulated by tissue on the bottom as well as the top. So on top there's the skin, but it's surrounded by fascia. So when we inject fluid in this layer, it's almost like a water balloon where it holds all the fluid only in that layer, and it doesn't disseminate into the other parts of the body. So they're not numb. So in this case, the under layer where the muscle is not numb. So if we break through that layer, it's going to be extremely painful, and you're going to jump off the table and tell us to stop immediately. So with that said, that's never happened. I've never hit the muscle ever. So with its basic techniques, saves us from that ever happening.
So do you guys administer any type of calming meds like Versed? What kind of pain meds do you listen? Call and talk to us about our procedure. The bottom line is we try to do this in the safest manner possible, and part of that is a thing called, we try and avoid lidocaine toxicity. And lidocaine toxicity can affect your neurologic function, and so we want you to be alert and oriented the entire time. And part of that is controlling the anxiety, controlling the discomfort. We inject more medication if we need to. We go to a different area if we need to. We get you in a different position if we need to. But that gives us the ability to take out the most fat that your body can handle and give you these really, really pronounced results. So it's safer for you, okay? And by the way, I love your name, Southern Butter Pecan. That means that you're a foodie. I'm a foodie too.
So Tasha Smith, she says, I would love to have the procedure, but I believe, so remember what I was speaking earlier? You believe this stuff into existence. I believe that I need to win the lottery first. So a person that believes that will not work to make any money to make this happen for them, because they already believe that it's impossible. And so when you say these words, you're believing it into existence. You're speaking it into existence. So Tasha, don't say those things. It's possible. It's always possible. You just need to start thinking, instead of how you can't get it, you start having to think of how you can get it and what you have to do. And if you start talking to people as if it's going to happen, that you want it to happen, you'll be surprised that a lot of people will help you out. But if you cut yourself off with beliefs that cut you at the knees, you're never going to get what you want.
So how many days after chin lipo do you need to be in town? Mary asked that question. Chin is very non-invasive. It's a quick procedure. So if you don't want to stick around for a lymphatic massage of the chin, then you could probably jump on the plane the same day and take off and go home.
Yeah, I see a lot of the girls are communicating amongst each other. It's awesome. I appreciate that. These girls are answering questions. We have a lot of previous patients that are here answering questions for those of you who are newer. These are individuals who have actually had the procedure done, and they're here at my lives often, so they've heard these answers over and over and over. So I appreciate you guys for helping out. Audrey says, I love myself and the skin I'm in, but it started when I changed what I thought about myself. That's a good distinction there. It starts with what you think about yourself.
So TYP4 says, do we have any specials? This is the second time she's asked this question. Listen, coincidentally, we have some specials for previous patients that have done, a procedure with us, but give us a call, and maybe, Trevor's probably going to answer the phone. So, if you can sweet talk this guy in, maybe he'll give you the same type of deal that he's given some of the return patients, okay? So Southern Pecan, Butter Pecan, is it kale or kale? So listen, it's spelled Kayle. I use KL as just the Facebook thing. I didn't want a lot of the preceptors that I had when I was in school to Facebook stalk me, and so that's why I put that in there. But yeah, it's pronounced kale like the vegetable, but it's spelled Kayle.
Yeah, people don't realize that these are public profiles, and everybody that they work with
Can jump on
can
and
see everything
see.
you put. And I mean, I see some people putting some stupid ass stuff out there, and just just the language that you use, the things that you say. Would you want that to get back to your boss or your parents for that matter? Like, there's things that I just wouldn't say.
Yeah, like political affiliations, or maybe pranks, or some of your verbiage. I try and maintain a private account that's semi-professional, and I try not to post anything that might create some sort of bias. Okay.
Tricky Mickey says, "There you go, my homie."
All right, so Southern Butter Pecan, okay, so I know you haven't had any deaths or anything in the past, but is there a physician present if anything goes wrong? Like if I need to be resuscitated? You're in good hands. I actually work in the emergency department. That's where I cut my teeth. So I see patients that have issues all the time. And listen, this is a very safe procedure, okay? I know that you haven't had any particular cases like this, and I can't think of any cases during a tumescent procedure where somebody needed to be resuscitated. I guess it could happen, but yeah, listen, we make sure that we screen you appropriately, we make sure that you're an appropriate candidate, and we do this in the safest manner possible so that you can, enjoy the results that we're going to give you, okay?
So there's a question, can you get lipo on the stomach if you have a hernia? So hernias that are recommended to be repaired, we recommend that you repair first. If you have small hernias, some of these may be inconsequential. It may not be an issue. This will just have to be evaluated on a case-to-case basis.
A person has to follow a diet before surgery, right? Or is it only for those that are overweight? Listen, I don't know what are you defining as a diet, Reina? So bottom line is, I have to control what goes down the hatch, otherwise my body gets big, okay? You want to call that a diet? I want to call it taking control of my health, okay? And so I try and limit, and I put good things in my system so that my body can function at its highest. Sometimes I binge, and maybe I have some ice cream with my kids or whatever, but I don't particularly call that a diet. What I do is, it's a lifestyle modification, and I try and stay healthy. So is that a good thing for you? I think it's a great thing for you. I think it's a great thing for everybody. I mean, I was having a conversation with one of the girls in our office. Now, when you think of culinary delights, right, and epicenters, you think of New York. There's New York that has basically whatever type of food that you could ask for, and there's Las Vegas. And Las Vegas has all of this food, and it's super good, and it's at all hours of the day, okay? It's very tempting for foodies, right? I get that endorphin release when I eat food, and so I have to control that, okay? I want to be healthy, and so I know when I can eat it, and I know when I can't, and I try and just limit it and put it in small doses so that I really enjoy it when I do have it. So I don't think, the word diet fits anywhere in our everyday vocabulary. I think it's a lifestyle modification is what you should be referring to, because we want you to get healthy. We want you to come to us. We want to do your procedure. We want to change the way your perception of your body, and then we want you to live, to your full potential, and go on and be able to play with your grandkids in the future, and kind of avoid diabetes and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good option. There's a Spanish one there.
Miss Elizabeth de Villalobos. Yo hice una cita, pero nunca me regresaron la llamada y sigo esperando Dr. Trevor. Ok, bueno, Sangrito, la cosa es, Trevor no habla español, entonces él no va a llamarte, ok, pero...
So you making excuses for me?
No, she says, she made an appointment for a consultation, and nobody called her back. Pero, bueno, dame un minuto, yo voy a anotar su nombre y yo voy a chequear. Mañana quizás yo pueda hablar con los mujeres de la oficina y podemos hablar por teléfono mañana, okay?
Have her message the Facebook, because she's on Facebook, to message her with her name and number, because I don't know who that is.
Oye, por favor, bueno, envía un mensaje por mensaje, por Messenger, con su propio nombre y su número telefónico para que sepamos nosotros quién eres, okay? Michelle says they take care of their patients. Thank you so much. We try to make this an experience.
Tasha had a question about the cost, and so I'll just reiterate, since you're on Facebook, up in the post here, we have two links. There's two options. You need to get a consultation. We need to see pictures of you in order to get you an accurate quote. So there are two options. There's the free consultation as well as the expedited consultation for $100. So the free consultation will get you, booked out into like January or February, and the paid consultation will get you one with Kayla or myself in the next week or so. And then we're also scheduling our procedures out into December at this point.
So Michelle says that she's going on 14 grandkids. Listen, that is fantastic. And it's going to be, you're going to love the fact that you have created this life and decided to get, improve your body habitus so that you can play with them and you can watch them grow up and you can attend their college graduations, and you're not going to need oxygen and not going to need a walker. So yeah, I mean, I think that's important to take that into, consideration nowadays and really get healthy, because bottom line is the mortal body is finite. Your health is eventually going to run out. Why not just maximize it and, just really extend that out so that you can really enjoy time with who and what matters, right? Which is our family members and those that we enjoy being around.
Hey, what's up, Martha? Martha's 4 days post-op right now, loving her results. I'm pretty sure Martha was the one that she did a live on the Facebook group. Let's see, Olivia, do you have to be a certain BMI to get liposuction? Want to take that?
Negative. We don't believe in BMIs. What we believe is we believe in consideration of individuals if they're healthy, right? Okay, and so we look at their body habitus, we look at their medical conditions, we look at what they want to achieve, how much it's going to take us, how much work is going to be involved, and we look at your overall health. I mean, the BMI is not a number that we consider.
You'd have to teach us how to calculate it first. Then we might consider it. Okay, can you get lipo on the stomach if you have a hernia? I think we answered that already, but the short answer is yes, it's possible. If it's a small hernia, and if it's larger and needs to be repaired, it should be repaired first. Okay, Clydia, she says that you had a consultation 2 weeks ago. Will the price that I was given hold until February? I want to say we have a 90-day guarantee on the quotes, so if it falls within that 90-day, we should be okay. I don't know. I gave them some basic rules that the girls follow, so just talk to them. Try not to think about that stuff too much. Sarah. So I look like the girl behind you, just 360. What's that cost? Okay, the picture's changed. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to send your photos in so we can take a look at you.
Yeah,
okay?
we don't do that.
And listen, you should consider that more appropriate, right? I mean, how many mills, surgical mills, are in Florida and Miami and some of these other places that are just kind of like running people through and saying, oh yeah, abdominal 360 is X regardless of your size. I mean, that to me, what are they saying? They're just saying, oh yeah, let's try and get you through, push through as fast as we can, without really considering what your goals are, what your concerns are. I mean, we actually take time to look at your body type. We look at the problem areas that you have. We discuss that with you. You give us, your input and your perception of what your goal is, and we try and work together, and we try and custom, a plan so that we can maximize what you're looking for and what we believe would look good on you.
So this is a really cool picture behind us here. It's just showing how when you fill in that midsection there. Now the top picture, she's not that big. However, she kind of has a square shape to her, and because of that fullness in the midsection there, she's lost her curve. And the truth is that she always had the curve. It was always there. It was just filled in. And so you can see how we take that stuff in the midsection there and creates that hourglass figure. And nice butt. I mean, you can't really see it with the black picture, but she's really got a nice waistline with a nice shape to her butt, and it's totally changed. It almost looks like a different person. And this is the way people look like immediately after the procedure. They look like a completely different person. And it's super exciting, and the girls can corroborate with this, that when you get up to go to the bathroom after the procedure and you see yourself in the mirror for the first time, it blows you away. It's incredible what's possible.
So we had a cool patient the other day that she came in, and I joke with everybody, right? Because I'm usually the one that first starts taking fat out. I mean, we work together. Anyway, she said, "Hey, I got to go to the bathroom," and I said, "Okay, yeah." So I get ready to go to the bathroom, and I say, "Don't look in the mirror. You're gonna freak yourself out." So obviously, but everybody does, right? And she goes in the bathroom, she looks in the mirror, and she comes back, and she comes into the room, and she has tears in her eyes. And I said, whoa, what's going on? Are you okay? She goes, no, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. It's awesome. And that's what we can do. We can do it in real time, in the span of a couple of hours. We can totally change the way your body looks. And we could, if you allow us to go to work and you're ready.
That was Martha.
Okay. Yeah. Then we can totally change the way you perceive yourself. This is Anna says, ¿pueden decir cuánto cobran por la papada? Un más o menos. Yo no sé qué es una papada. Alguien tendría que decirme, pero no decimos precios por este lugar porque su papada quizás es diferente que la otra chica. ¿Ok?
Lorraine said the same thing. She says, "Yep, same here. I looked in the mirror and I could not believe it."
Yeah, it's crazy.
And keep in mind, these is looking in the mirror like during the procedure. In the middle of the procedure, these patients get up in the middle of the procedure to go to the bathroom and they take a look at themselves. So this is immediate. We're not talking weeks after, immediate. The results are immediate with this procedure. The final results are not immediate, but results in general, you will be smaller immediately during this procedure. It's impossible not to be. When we remove such large volumes of fat, it's impossible not to be smaller. That's just the way it's going to work. So when you want serious results, then you gotta work with people who are serious about getting the fat out. What's up, Omel? My buddy, I went to school with him in New York. He got mad at me last time because he came on there and I didn't say hi to him. So. What's up? Omel was actually a patient too, way back when.
Oh yeah?
Funny story. Omel, at the night of his procedure, we all decided to go see the Blue Man Group. So that night we went to the Blue Man Group, and I had to go with him to the bathroom. Like big girls go to the bathroom. I had to go with him to the bathroom to check his pads.
That's so cute.
Yeah, super cute.
He said, "Yeah, you were a jerk." Enrique says, "Is water lipo safe?" I'm not sure what you're referring to as water lipo.
Yeah.
We do a technique called tumescent liposuction. It was invented by a dermatologist, Dr. Klein. We inject normal saline, lidocaine, and epinephrine into the fat layer, and we're able to work on it. So, I mean, if that's what you're referring to as water lipo, I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, there was actually some local guy around here that trademarks this term water lipo, and he does exactly the same thing that we do. So you have to realize that the words that you might hear. Like for example, 360 lipo, all it means is liposuction 360 degrees around the waistline. It's nothing more than that. These are just words. So, and words can have multiple meanings. And in this case, water lipo is synonymous with tumescent lipo, local anesthesia. These are all the same thing.
And they also refer it to as the super wet procedure,
right?
Because we're using a lot of fluids. But yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is water lipo safe? If you're referring to tumescent liposuction, yeah, it is. It's really safe.
Wow, must be Dari. She says that she's down 20 pounds.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
And she's still a Dodgers fan, though. I mean, listen, you got to go jump on the Diamondbacks. Okay. I know you're from LA.
Is that football?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
We were just joking today about the people like the Raiders fans. So now the Raiders are in Vegas, and yet there's still Raiders fans that are only fans of the Raiders and of the LA Raiders.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Because they moved a couple times.
Even though it's decades away.
So listen, without mentioning names, we actually,
She was today.
She was today. Listen,
Yeah.
this was her second procedure was today. This was her first procedure. Okay, so the first procedure we did the front of the abdomen, just the front of the abdomen. Okay, and you can see the difference. And then today she came back and she completed the rest of her 360. We did the left handle hips and lower back. So she was actually a champion, and she was kind of an anomaly. When I worked on her the first time, she never put a frown on her face. When you worked on her today, how was she?
It was easy.
Yeah,
Quick and easy.
Yeah.
It was super easy for her.
Yeah, so she came prepared mentally. She knew exactly what was going to happen. She was able to compartmentalize the discomfort, and wow, you got through her like super quick.
Yeah, when we get pictures, it's gonna blow you guys away, because now she's completing that 360. She's going from a larger individual. I don't know what her weight is, but you guys can guess. If you look similar to her, but the reality is that she's going to be significantly smaller after the procedure. She already is significantly smaller. These pictures are lagging. So today we did her sides and the lower back. So that big booty that's popping out right there, that's been tamed and shaped to a proper shape.
Yeah, and another thing I'd like to point out, just because this is what we do all the time, no tummy tuck. Right? We just did lipo, but look at this overhang, right? And so every plastics or cosmetics guy in the country would say, oh, no, you're going to need a tummy tuck. Well, listen, there was there wasn't a significant amount of hangs, and this is only like a couple of months, I think, afterwards, and the skin is still retracting. Yeah, she is super stoked and literally one of the best patients that we've ever had, and it's always fun to interact with her. So, congratulations to you. You did an amazing job.
Okay, Lizbeth, I'm about to save you some money here. Okay, first of all, we don't do tummy tucks. None of these pictures are with tummy tucks, so you probably don't need a tummy tuck. Okay. In addition, you asked about body sculpting and mesotherapy sessions. Those are a waste of time, waste of money. Don't waste your time or money on mesotherapy. Liposuction is a physical removal of the fat cells and makes all of those procedures, the tummy tuck, mesotherapy, makes it all obsolete. So listen to what I'm saying. All of those are obsolete. You're wasting your money, wasting your time. You don't have to do those. Now, it's your choice, clearly. You can get a tummy tuck if you want, if that's what you find is necessary for you. But you can see all the pictures behind us that none of these people got tummy tuck, and they all got amazing results. So if you're anything similar to any of these people behind us, which I'm sure you are, you likely don't need a tummy tuck. And mesotherapy, are you familiar with mesotherapy?
No.
Mesotherapy is not many people do this anymore. But mesotherapy is the injection of some material that supposedly melts the fat. And they usually use it in conjunction with some type of like radio frequency or something like that. So it increases the effects of it. However, there was many lawsuits for mesotherapy because it caused a lot of painful nodules. So essentially what it does is it dissolves the fat, and then the fat kind of turns into a little hard ball, a little nodule, and they never go away, and they're painful. So there was a lot of lawsuits from that. So I would highly recommend not doing that stuff, and do your research.
So Southern Butter Pecan says, yes, every woman's body is different, but can we bring wish pics? Okay, so listen, sure, bring them, okay, and let's discuss what your aspirations are. But the reason that I don't like the wish list, and I don't like the pictures when people come in and say, hey, can you make me look like this?
Mm-hmm.
It happened to me a lot when I was working in dermatology. Mm-hmm. Hey, can you give me Kylie Jenner lips?
Right.
No, I can't. What I can do is I can enhance your canvas, and I can make you look the best that you can look. I want to look like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? I do. I think the dude, his physical specimen is just like perfect, right? He's like 6'4", like right around 250 maybe, give or take. He just looks great. I'm never going to be Dwayne Johnson. I'm never going to be him. Okay, but what I can do is I can improve my canvas and I can make it look optimal for what God has given me. Okay, so let's do that for you. Let's keep that in mind for you, and let's maximize your canvas so that you can look the best that you can. Okay.
Right. And, I've said this before that, we are not giving you the hourglass figure. You've already had it. We're just taking off the stuff that doesn't belong there. And so if you don't already have it and it's not there for you naturally, then we can't take, we're just uncovering, and we uncover whatever's there. And sometimes we're amazed. It's incredible. And we do have some ability to carve and shape and things of that nature. But, your body is your body, and everybody's is a little bit different. So everybody has a little bit different potential. And you may not have the same potential as the person, as what you want. And so you have to be realistic with your expectations. And, we're here to help, I guess, mold those expectations in a way that's realistic.
Yeah, and if you're looking for one of those like Nicki Minaj booties, okay, listen, we're probably not the place for you. Okay, we can enhance what you've got naturally. We can inject volume in there, but like we're not that clinic. We're not those guys that says, oh my gosh, I think let's go ahead and put 2 liters in each cheek, 2,000 cc's in each cheek. Listen, we do it safely, okay? And we make sure that we do it safely so that we can help more people, and that we can keep people out of the hospital. So, I mean, if you're looking for that like big drastic like Nicki Minaj booty, listen, if you have one that's got the makings of it and we can enhance it, and we can take out the fat around the midsection, great, right? But we're not going to go ahead, we're not going to push the limits as far as what your body can handle, just to give you this perception that you look like Nicki Minaj.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of deceptive in a way, in that if you can't go from a really skinny individual who has no butt to a Nicki Minaj butt, that's not possible. Right. You just didn't have that potential to begin with. So now there's other individuals that have that potential, and that's for them. It might be an option if that's what they want. Many of them don't want it, but if it's possible and you want it, then we can talk.
What I'll say is, let's just enhance your canvas, okay? Let's take a look at your pictures, and we'll try and do what we can to enhance and give you the best looking version of you that we can, okay? And I have no idea who Debria Majors is. I don't, but I kind of quit watching TV. I had this interesting conversation with a buddy of mine whose dad told him, hey, why are you watching television? You're basically making somebody else money. And so at that point, he just quit watching TV, and he went to work, and he stayed busy on his own stuff. And, so I kind of got out of mainstream media, so.
Hey, can you pull up a Tabria Majors? Let's see if I'm curious.
Tabria Majors.
Yeah. And of course, Southern Butter, we need to see a picture of you to compare, to be fair, right?
So if you already got your consultation, awesome. That means that we've looked at your photos, okay? Hopefully, hopefully you schedule it here relatively quick, so we can get you changed and get you dolled up, and get that snatched body.
Was she talking butts? Is that what she was interested in?
I'm not sure. She just said she had a wish list, and she already got her consultation.
Southern Butter, we create very similar shapes on individuals. So our vision of beautiful and the right shape, you can probably see consistencies in our work. And so if you look at the women that we've treated, they're going to have very similar results to some degree.
And with that, Southern Butter, it was funny when I first got into this particular field. I was training with Trevor. This female comes in, and she looked like, she didn't need liposuction, and she was very curvy and had a set of breasts that were just perfect, what everybody would consider perfect. And so I sat her down, okay, what are we doing today? And she goes, I don't like these. And I go, well, they're perfect, right? And she goes, I know, and every plastic surgeon in the world has said that they won't touch them either, right? But I've always hated them. And so her perception is that she didn't like what she saw, and she didn't like her boobs. And so she wanted us to attempt to try and, reduce them. And, I don't know. I thought she looked gorgeous. She didn't think she looked gorgeous. But anyway, we worked together with her, and we tried to give her the best results that we could.
Lorraine says, do it. The best thing I've ever done for myself. Rebecca's talking about herself. Look at my old hanging belly. She said you're the mini rock.
I wish. Thank you, Rebecca.
Okay, do I have to get labs done before the surgery date?
Absolutely, Enriquez. We want to make sure that you're a healthy individual and you qualify for this procedure. Now, when I mean qualify is we want to make sure that you're safe through the entire thing, and so we require certain steps. We make sure that we get certain labs so that we can see how your body system is doing. Oftentimes we've done this step and the results have come back and somebody's severely anemic, right? And so that could be risky during a procedure like this. I mean, it's not different than any other surgery that you're going to go do or might have done. We always want to know what your body's baseline is so that we can correct it, treat it, address it, or be aware of it prior to doing the procedure. It's just safe medicine. It's just it's practicing good medicine is what it is.
Okay, Abston B says that they're coming to get theirs soon. Super excited. Look forward to meeting you. Okay, we're just about done here, guys. If you have any other questions, if you can get those in. Did we ever get that picture of couldn't find her?
Can't find her.
Did you spell it right? Tabria?
Tabria Majors?
Tabria?
Majors.
Maybe she didn't spell it right. I'm curious now. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna look at it.
I want to see.
No, you know what's funny is I had this one, like when I was working in Beverly Hills, there was people that back then, this was well over a decade ago, and people would ask me that they wanted to have this certain butt, and it was like this porn star butt, and multiple people asked me. I didn't know who it was, and the crazy thing is that that individual actually came in for the procedure.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I worked on her lower back and shaping of the butt. So it was funny, random.
Everybody's asking for her butt.
Right, and she comes in to get it changed.
Shape, huh?
Yeah. All right. What's included in 360?
Basically all the way around the midsection, okay? The front of the abdomen, the love handles, the upper hips, and the lower back, okay?
So all the way around the waist.
All the way around, 360 degrees all the way around. That's basically what it refers to.
And what this is going to get you is an hourglass figure. And when we treat the backside above your butt, we shape the butt. So it's almost like getting the benefits of a BBL without having the fat added. Especially for these individuals that have plenty of fat in their butt already. When we do the liposuction to the lower back, it makes the butt pop out. And some of the girls can attest to that as well. In most cases, those girls that you have a lot of fullness in your lower back and you think that you need a fat transfer, in many cases you don't need a fat transfer, and we can get some amazing results just by doing the liposuction.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, even if you're not ready, send us your pictures and let's discuss. And maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, I got to have 360 with a BBL to give me that look that I'm looking for. But oftentimes, we've had patients, like Trevor said, we look at their photos and they've got ample. And then once we scoop out the lower back and we create that waistline, and make them look como un botella de Coca-Cola, they don't need a BBL because the lower back carries so much fat, and there's a fat pad right over the sacrum oftentimes. And once we scoop that out, man, it looks super curvy and looks super pronounced. And so, they could afford it because they didn't need to add on the BBL.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you are ready to make some dramatic changes in your life, you're ready to transform everything. Your next step is getting your consultation. On Facebook, we have the links up above there. We have the free consultation as well as the expedited consultation. If you're in a rush, want to get this done quickly, do the expedited consultation. It's way better. But we have options for you. You can if you're tire kicking, you're just looking for pricing, get in the free consultation. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always call our office, and obviously we're here answering questions for you a couple days a week. So stay in touch, and when you're ready, schedule that consultation, and we'll see you next time.
Listen, I just want to throw out, I had an amazing summer with my wife. COVID kind of like changed the dynamic of how we recreate nowadays. We spend a lot more time outdoors by the pool, and pool season, although it's shut down now, like now is the perfect time to get your procedures done to be ready for next summer. Okay.
Yep.
So if you guys are planning like some sort of trip, where you're going to go tropical and you're going to spend a lot of time in a bikini or, a pair of board shorts, now is the time. Get it done. Let's get working on you. And then when you go on these trips, you're going to have this like entire different perception of how the trip went, because you're not going to be hiding behind a big t-shirt. You're not going to be hiding behind that beach towel.
Yep.
And you're going to want to spend more time out and about and enjoying enjoying life and your vacation. So
it's a big difference when you are confident in yourself.
absolutely.
You wear different clothes, you go different places, you talk to different people. Big difference. So stop waiting and say yes to living your best life. All right, thanks guys, we'll see you next time.